Hello. Thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel. Today, I'll guide you through how to run Mixed ANOVA in SPSS using a factorial design. So today, my focus will be on evaluating the interactions effects between different within subject and between subject factors. Specifically, we'll explore this study right here, this little prompt. And this is involving beverage preferences, beer, wine, and water that were presented with positive, negative, or neutral imagery. And then we're going to see how ratings differ between male and female participants. So here's my data set. First, you want to ensure your data is correctly structured in SPSS, so each row should represent a single participant, and columns should represent ratings of each beverage, paired with imagery type and a column indicating their gender. So you want to inspect your data set for missing values or outliers that might impact your results. So just basically clean your data as needed. And then to run this Mixed ANOVA, we'll go to Analyze. Wait, where does Analyze go? Analyze, General Linear Model, and Repeated Measures. In this within subject factor name, let's put imagery for the first one, and we have 3 levels to imagery. We're going to add that. Then we're going to do product type. Can't type. And there's 3 levels to that. We're going to add that, and we're going to define this. Click Define. We want to bring gender down into the between subject factors. We're going to select all of these, and we'll move them over using this little blue thing. Then we're going to press Options, and we're going to get Descriptive Statistics, Homogeneity Test, and on EM means, let's just bring this all over. Okay, my computer went crazy there, and I had to restart this all. Okay, so we go to Options, we select Options, and we select Descriptive Statistics and Homogeneity Test. All right, now we're gonna press OK and run this. Okay, I'm gonna run through this really fast. We have our little tables here and our descriptive statistics. Basically, our descriptive statistics is important because it's telling us that positive imagery is significantly enhanced across the ratings of positive imagery are enhanced across all beverages. So wine received the highest ratings. We see there that wine, the mean is 25.15 with standard deviation of 7.11. Females rated it higher than males, which is not odd, I'm not surprised. Beer was rated favorably, particularly with males, mean of 22.60, standard deviation of 14.80. And water was rated higher by females with a mean of 20.30 and standard deviation of 6.39. Now, negative imagery. We see that negative imagery significantly has decreased the ratings for all beverages, with wine was the most impacted, with a mean of -12 and a standard deviation of 6.18. So females rated wine with a mean of -16.20, standard deviation equaling 4.13, and beer mean equaling -11 and standard deviation of 5.14. So females rated wine really low. I'm not going to keep on going through all the numbers just to save time. But so this is kind of interesting. Males showed greater, I guess you could call it resilience to negative imagery, and especially for beer, which I'm not surprised. So neutral imagery had mixed effects. We see that wine received consistent ratings across both genders. Males rated beer more favorably and females rated water more favorably. So overall, males rated beer higher across all conditions, and females rated wine and water more favorably across all conditions. Females were also more sensitive to negative imagery, particularly beer and wine. Next, I'll go into the multivariate tests. So I'm just going to focus on Wilks Lambda to save time. Wilks Lambda evaluates the effects of imagery, product type, and gender on the beverage ratings. So, imagery. Focusing on imagery, we see a significant mean effective imagery was found. This is indicating that imagery type significantly influenced beverage ratings. So then we see a gender, an image plus gender interaction. This interaction between imagery and gender was also significant. This is suggesting that the impact of imagery, I guess, differed by gender. So then we get down to product type. Product type here is showing a strong, significant main effect. This will indicate and tell us that beverage type had a great impact on ratings. Also, here we have a significant interaction between product type and gender. This is suggesting that gender influenced how product types were rated, I guess. So then we get down to imagery times product type interaction. There was also a significant interaction between imagery and product type. So this is indicating also that the effective imagery is varying, I guess, across all of the different beverages. And then finally, we have our three-way interaction. We see a three-way interaction observed here between imagery, product type, and gender. This will indicate that the combined effects of all three of these were influenced by gender. Now we're going to move on to Mauchly's test of sphericity. Sphericity tests whether the variances of differences between levels of repeated measures are equal. This is a key assumption for repeated measures in ANOVA. It's very important. So if this has been violated, the results may inflict type 2 error rates, I think, or type 1. I can't remember which error rate it is, but I know if violated, it does inflate a type of error rate. All right, so here in our key findings, we can see, let's see, Mauchly's W at imagery 0.55. Okay, I'm not going to get into the numbers. This is basically indicating a violation of sphericity. So we need to apply the Greisenhaus geyser, or however you say that. They got to be applied. There we see that. The product type does not indicate violation of sphericity, and imagery plus product type does not indicate any significant violation of sphericity. So moving on to the test of, well, hold on. Test null hypothesis that. Okay, so I guess, okay. Basically, for imagery, corrected tests should be used so we can ensure valid results. Since sphericity is met, no adjustments are needed for these two. In our next table, we see the within subject effects suggesting significant effects for imagery. I'm just going to run through this and not get into the data, like nitty-gritty details. Basically, significant interactions were observed for imagery and gender, product type and gender, and imagery plus product type. A three-way interaction was also significant, and the Greisenhaus geyser, however you say that, was applied where sphericity was violated, so we're safe. So now the next table tested within subject contrast. This one is really hard for me, but hopefully I understand this. The linear and quadratic effects, they're both significant for imagery and product type, and gender is influencing these patterns. So we see here that quadratic are the most strong for product and gender interactions, I think. All right, let's just move on. Levine's test of equality of error variances. So this is how you figure out how to interpret this. To interpret this, we need to just understand Levine's test and what it's for. So Levine's test is always used to assess the error variances across groups, which is basically another assumption of ANOVA. And the thing is, if the variances are significantly different, but with a p less than 0.05, the assumption is violated. And we'll have to use different things to make sure the results are accurate. So here we are for all these variables. beer positive, beer negative, wine positive, wine negative, etc. Levine's test is indicating on all of these that no significant violations of assumptions of equal error. Oh, I said that wrong. No significant, I can't speak anymore. No significant violations of assumptions of error, I guess. Okay, nothing is greater than everything. Hold on. Basically what this is saying is the variances across groups are approximately equal. And so we can trust the ANOVA results and they're reliable. So we don't need any further adjustments. So in conclusion, overall, imagery, product type, and gender, we see that it significantly influenced beverage ratings, with our positive imagery increasing ratings among all products. So with wine receiving the highest scores overall, particularly among females, as we noted earlier, we see that negative imagery also decreased the ratings, especially for wine, with females being more affected than males. We saw also that males consistently rated beer higher across all conditions, and females rated wine and water more favorably. So significant interactions, I've said that word a million times in this video, but significant interactions highlight that gender and product type influence like the effect of imagery. So complex trends have been observed through all conditions. Very complex trends. This was really hard. It's taken me weeks to decode. So, gender, did I say this? Yeah, gender also had a significant between subjects effects on overall ratings down here. I don't think I said that yet. Yeah, but gender had a significant between subject effects on overall ratings. So this is just emphasizing gender's role in shaping preferences. Thank you for watching my video, and I will be posting more videos on how to do things in SPSS, so follow along.